clear, this class is geared towards new special education teachers, especially ones that might be working out of field, special education substitutes, or anybody kind of in that realm, as well as general education teachers who are kind of interested in just getting a lens into the special education world. If you are an experienced special ed teacher, this is all going to be stuff that you already know, or someone who possibly went to university for special education, this may be stuff that you already know as well. So this is more of a beginner crash course, so to speak. It's also really helpful if you're studying for your state's special education exams, such as the Florida FTCE exam, as well as the praxis for special education. That's what this is kind of going over, those competencies, which are kind of the overall knowledge that you need to know to be successful as a special education teacher. A little bit about myself: I did go to school for education, not for special education. I majored in education. My focus was really in elementary, as well as social science education. And I'm currently working on my master's degree as of the time that I record this video in curriculum and instruction. I never thought that I would teach special education. It's not that, I just thought that I wasn't equipped for that kind of work. I thought, you know, will I have the patience? Will I have the tools that I need to be successful? And I actually started out working in a middle school, 6th through 8th grade social studies classroom. And I liked it, but I felt like it wasn't what I wanted to do forever. And so I had my license in social science education for 6th to 12th grade, and I went back and I took my state exam for elementary education, K through 6th grade, and received my elementary education certification. When I was applying for jobs with the school board, they asked me, would you be interested in teaching what in my state is called exceptional student education, or varying exceptionalities, which translates to special education. And at first, I didn't know if that was something I wanted to take on. I thought that I was not prepared for that. I only took a couple of special education classes in my undergraduate because my focus was in elementary. But I rose to that challenge and I said, you know, I'm willing to try it. If nothing else, I'll know in a year that this is not what I want to do, and I'll pursue another position within the district. And I fell in love with the job. And I cannot believe I waited that long to try something that I was so nervous about. The kids are incredible. And I feel like I lucked out at my particular school. When I started out, I had a class size of 6 students. So I didn't have a lot of students. I was used to having 130 students teaching middle school. And it was just awesome. The kids, you know, had disabilities, but they were not at a point where they were non-functional. They really were sweet, sweet kids. And I just fell in love with special education. And now I can't see myself doing anything else. I love my school. I love my students. And I wanted to kind of bring that knowledge to other people who might be considering special ed or just are curious about it. I say try it. The kids, they have such huge hearts, and they need teachers that care about them. I currently teach in a kindergarten through 2nd grade self-contained classroom. So I have students in kindergarten, 1st and 2nd grade that for whatever reason aren't able to be in their traditional general education classroom to learn alongside their peers. And I teach that at an elementary school. There is also a 3rd through 5th grade self-contained classroom next to mine with another teacher. And I have one paraprofessional at the moment that assists. If you're not familiar, a paraprofessional is a teacher's aide. I love special ed, and my goal in making this course is to kind of give you a crash course into it if it's something you're curious about trying. If you're studying for your state exam, this is all the kind of content that's going to be on there, and I can confirm that because I took my state exam. So at least for Florida, I can confirm. I know praxis is pretty similar, but with a few different requirements. Just try it. And I hope that this course will give you kind of an insight into the resources that you would need to be successful. Maybe you're like me, you're kind of out of field. When I was first hired, again, I had never taught special ed, and I didn't know what I was doing until I took a course of my own and prepared for my licensure exam, which I did pass. So I also have a licensure in exceptional student education, K through 12, which in the state of Florida means special education. And these are the things that I learned that helped me, and I hope that they'll be a help to you as well. Feel free to reach out at any time during the course if you have any questions or comments, and I'd absolutely love your feedback at the end of the course if you found this helpful. This is, again, geared towards new teachers, especially ones that have little to no experience in special ed, and those preparing for their state licensure exams in special ed. I do hope you find it helpful, and happy teaching.